So we're gonna all sing "The Girl from Ipanema."
No.
Dun, 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 dun,
Dun, dun,
dun,
dun, dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun, dun. I can't sing it.
I don't either. I don't know the words. I bet
Pass
Barry
this
Manilow does.
I bet you Trendane does.
Trendane.
Long and lean and tan and lovely, the girl from Ipanema comes walking. I don't know the words.
It was a good attempt, though.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, everybody. We are live. This is
You
Geek.
cut the top of my head off.
I did. We could fix that. I'll fix it later. Geek Cream. How did you know? There's somebody in the audience named Geek Cream.
Oh,
That sounds
What the hell was that?
lovely.
Not quite sure, yeah. All right, so we're just doing our sound check, and then we're going to go live. Hello, Ranger XML. How do we sound? Volume check, everybody. Check 1 2. Test.
Hello,
Check a one,
Hello.
1 2.
Lag.
bucket chicka wow wow.
Bow, waka, chicka, waka, chicka, waka.
Ka-chow.
I already sang the girl from Ipanema. I don't
You
need
did
to
a
sing it.
fantastic job of that, too, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much.
There's something on your screen, Trendane. Why is that there?
Well, of course there is.
No.
Mm.
This thing. I got fixed it.
I want my own babies too, Rico.
Rico Beer wants your babies.
Who's babe? Oh, your babe. Okay.
My babies.
Oh, I'm my baby.
With the Vandal Queen, of course.
That is just something out of the question right now. Metallica for Life says great motivational Monday.
I see that.
It is getting weird in here. That's what it's supposed to do.
Is it
All right.
Monday?
It's Tuesday, but he does a podcast, daily podcast.
Vlog.
Vlog. Hey, Stimpies. Okay, we're going to be right back. We're going to start the show. So here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
We off?
Damn it! In another time. In another dimension. Bearded warriors. Trapped in an eternity of vapid space. Doomed to wander the galaxy. Broadcasting their nonsense to the void. This is StarCast.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Oops. Somebody's watching Twitch.
Not me.
It's not me.
It's not
Because
me.
I can hear it through my speakers.
My Twitch is turned off. It's a good way to start season 2, everybody.
It's probably me. I was listening to it.
I was listening to it too.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the audience. Welcome to season 2 of StarCast. We have a great show set up for tonight. We have been talking for hours. We have at least 50 topics to talk about, and videos, and lasers, and smoke machines, and none of that. Actually,
Right.
we have nothing to talk about at all.
Have you been talking to us for hours? Because I'm not aware of that many topics.
No,
being on
actually.
First of all, I've been talking to me for hours.
What
But
are
like,
we talking about?
Yeah. Well, okay, so welcome to the show. We have a special guest tonight, Batgirl. Hello, Batgirl.
Hello.
where is she in relation to me? Okay, he's over here.
Wait, who's talking for me?
No, Perfect is trying to figure out which way to point.
Which way are you pointing? You point
I gotta point
down,
down,
up? I don't know.
down here. The
Um,
camera's flipped, so I gotta figure it out.
so Batgirl
yeah, you gotta
is
figure it out.
very famous in the Star Citizen community. If you've not seen some of her videos, check them out. They're great. And she somehow seems to get all the developers hanging out with her. So
Oh, I'm just lucky.
she's very lucky and does a great job. So
Thanks.
it goes by Nikki also, for those in the audience.
Nikki, Batgirl, D'Angelo.
Yep. Yes. So Bod699 is going to be our official moderator from now on. So welcome Bod, who is in the audience as a moderator, but he's going to be the one. He's in the chat with us, and he is going to be collecting all the questions for us. So if you would like to leave a question, just type in question in brackets, and we will get to that and answer it the best that we can. They say that they can't hear you, Batgirl. Say
They
something.
can't hear me at all?
I can hear
Can
you.
you guys hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
Are you passing me through to Twitch, right?
Yep. Yeah, everyone
Okay.
goes through the same
Fine.
thing.
Hey, guys.
I'll bet.
I should look there.
I'll bet what it was is probably who was it that said they couldn't hear her?
Stimpy.
Stimpy.
Okay, Stimpy probably didn't pay his admissions fee, so he
Yeah.
doesn't get to hear you. It's probably-
Okay.
Oh well. Well,
So-
let us know in the chat here if you can hear. That's working for Prime UK. It's all good. Okay. So, Batgirl, tell us a little bit about your channel and a little bit about yourself, if you would.
All right. Well, I am a 40-something-year-old gamer. I've been gaming for a really long time. I got into Star Citizen primarily because one of the first PCs I ever built was to play Wing Commander. I've worked in the IT field for a long time, IBM and now Apple, so for 20 years in IT. And pretty much I didn't start my channel to have a channel. I did it because I have twin boys that play Battlefield and I guess the other one's called Call of Duty Ghosts. And they wanted to know how to stream, so I started to teach them. And in order to do so, I put up a video about Star Citizen and it took off, so I've been doing it since, and I actually love it. I've gone and bought the green screen behind me, which no one sees right now, and got a camera, and I've done quite a number of videos already. I think the biggest thing I did was remember that week-long sale?
Mm-hmm.
I did a video every night previewing the next ship, and I think that's what helped help. That did almost as much help as you saying I was monotone and big boob last time.
I knew I wasn't going to get away from that.
No, you can't. We have to have fun with that a little bit.
Yeah.
But, I've made friends kind of, sort of with Ben, and now kind of, sort of with Sandy, but I know that they're doing it primarily because people like us, you, myself, the guys over at Beacon 147, and every other podcaster and videocaster out there are helping to promote this video, so it's good for them. So I've kept in touch with them, and I have Sandy on my show next week. So this has taken off. This has gone from something where I was trying to help my kids to starting a video channel on YouTube, and now all of a sudden having, I think last count was a couple hundred people interested in joining the SCAA. The Enablers is going to be the name of our organization. If you know anything about us, everybody's an admiral.
Wow.
We have 5 or 6 space marshals.
The Enablers is right.
1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 wing commanders, and 1 person about ready to get the completionist.
Oh my god.
So, when people sit out there and tell me how much they have, I look at the people in the subscriber den, which evidently we're not allowed to talk about. I didn't know that.
Not here. I mean, you can talk about anything you want here.
Yeah, Ben was like, shh, that's secret. I'm like, yeah, well, we pay for that. That way we could have a place to talk outside of general chat where people don't flame you for everything. You say hello, you get flamed.
Right, but their idea is that you keep it to that particular board.
Yeah, so it's like, their idea. So we have that out there, and, that's become the staple. If you're ever a subscriber, you're going to go into the subscribers den, and all of a sudden you're going to see this 49,000 views, almost 5,000 comment thread that I started on a whim. The week I found Star Citizen, and it's just called I'm Beginning to Get Addicted, aka Star Citizen Say. All of a sudden, that blew up. So I've
heard
pretty
of
lucky.
that thread. I've heard of that thread. I just haven't seen it because I'm not a subscriber. I'm teetering.
With all this, you haven't spent. Who's spent all the money here? Perfekt,
Core.
or is it Core?
Or
Yeah, Core. Core should be there.
Yeah, he's probably a subscriber.
Are you in my
Yes.
thread, sweetie?
He has too much money. He just has to
I
keep
can
throwing
go
it
to
out.
your thread now, but I wasn't in your thread.
Yeah, there are amazing people out there. So, we rightfully picked the name The Enablers, and somebody, I think I'm going to leave his name anonymous this time because he took some flack before, but somebody gave me a retaliator, and we're using it for the organization, and we've tagged it the Depticated.
Depticated?
Yeah, like dedicated, Depticated.
Depticated.
Like in debt.
Oh, debt. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, like dedicated, dedicated. Yeah, DEBT apostrophe acated, and I found it on a website that had strange ship names. So, and we're not out there to promote everyone spending all their money on Star Citizen. We're just the ones that love it the most, and I think there's such a good bond between the people that are out there, so that's taken off too. But as far as YouTube, it's like I've moved from Star Citizen to... Has anyone seen any of my museum videos, the old ones?
No, I watched your Star Citizen stuff, but not the museum.
Well, I put up one that's CRGAA also, which is Chris Roberts Games AA, and I've done the first missions in Wing Commander, the first missions in Strike Commander, which I think many of you wouldn't remember. Maybe some do. And a week ago, I did the first couple of missions of Freelancer. So I'm trying to show some of the things that he's done in the past to show people why I'm so dedicated to this gentleman that's putting this game out. Both him and his brother. I mean, they are both amazing.
Aren't they?
So, yeah. I could talk all night, so I'm going to be
No,
quiet
that's
now,
fine.
'cause we got to
oh,
talk.
that's
Hey,
fine.
but you know how you're saying that we have, we're trying to look for a topic? One thing I'd love to revisit is the dogfighting module, because I know you guys did that the last show, maybe the show before. But I took an interesting takeaway when we're ready from watching their not the live stream. Yeah, it was a live stream. It was when they were fighting each other.
That topic is so last year.
All right.
I think we
Okay.
should
Let's
just-
talk about it's January. Let's talk about what should be coming out next month, the Planet Side module.
All I have to say is this year is they've raised significantly less money than last year.
Oh, shut up.
I think we should talk about in general what we can expect from this year.
That makes sense.
Absolutely.
We'll talk about everything. I think the
That
dogfight
makes
module is a good place to start, though.
Absolutely. Okay, yeah, we could talk about that. It's been a couple weeks, but what were your thoughts on it then? Because personally, I thought that I liked the way it looked. I didn't like their stream, but I liked the way that the game actually looked.
Yeah, I liked what you were saying about, you reached out to them trying to help them with their stream. I think they know a lot. Like when you see the videos that they shoot of meet the Chris Smith and Chris
Yeah.
Olivia. And
Yeah.
they
They
know
look
how
great.
to shoot those,
Mhm.
but they have no idea how to stream.
No.
But I was watching that video, and I listened to the things that you said, and people on Beacon 147, and the whole truth. I watch every Star Citizen video and listen to every podcast. So I tried to take away from it something that nobody else saw, and then I'm sitting there and I'm looking at my HOTUS here. I've got the CH products and my Logitech Extreme, and I'm looking around, and one guy's got a Satec X52.
That's what I got.
The other guy's using a keyboard and mouse. Another guy's using an Xbox controller. And another guy's just using the mouse, I guess. Now, one guy's using just a keyboard. The other guy's using a keyboard and mouse.
Mhm.
And I'm like, are they trying to show us something here? Did they do that on purpose?
Well, if anything, what they showed is that they held true to what they originally said, and that no one type of controller will have an advantage over another. But at the end of the day, you can't really beat that, and it comes down to what you personally like, and
Right.
the mouse will probably beat everything anyway.
Well, not the mouse. I think the Xbox controller has the ability to beat everything.
Because of the dual
But-
sticks.
Because
The
it's
problem
6 degrees of freedom, right? You need something like there's this new 6 degrees of freedom controller out there that the guys at Squad are going to start putting into, they're going to start coding Kerbal Space Program for it, which makes sense because you need that in that type of game.
Mm-hmm.
And in this game, you probably need that same type of thing. The Xbox, oh shoot, I left it away from here. I left it across the room. But the Xbox controller has the 2 joysticks. So one could be roll and pitch, thank you, and the other one could be the yaw, right? Because you need to be able to handle all of those at the same time. Now, the beauty of having an X52 or an X55 is that you're flying it like a real life,
Jet.
Yeah. But when I was, at first I was very critical of the cockpit of the Origin, right? The Origin 300, and I still am kind of critical of it because it doesn't promote that 6 degrees of freedom. It's 4 degrees.
You saying the way the windows are designed?
What?
The way the windows are designed?
No, the actual controls. Because it's using a yoke.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
Hold on.
And when you look at the Avenger or you look at the Aurora, it's got the 2 joysticks, which is what you would have in a tank. But really, in this situation, it actually promotes that control of the 6 degrees. It's just another way of thinking,
Core, what did you want to say?
My name is spelled wrong. I only just noticed it.
Oh, really? I'm sorry.
There's an extra E at the end, but it's fine. Continue.
I'm waiting for him to hop in and say, "Oh no, this control scheme's the best" or something. No, my name's spelled wrong.
But Core, I think it has
You weren't
something
here
to do with
last
that.
week, Core. Jeez.
I gotta
The
say,
thing is,
go
the thing
ahead.
about the mouse is that it has the precision that no joystick will ever have, and I think that will play a factor. But the problem is that Chris Roberts, it's not a problem, but Chris Roberts has already stated that the one thing that he will definitely nerf among all other controllers is the mouse.
Good.
Because of its
Because of
ability to
War
control
Thunder.
the battlefield.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna have to. Like, look at this.
Yeah.
So here's my mouse, right here. Okay, it's pretty cheap, right? But it's a 4-button mouse. So what I can do is I can actually control pitch and yaw with the 2 side buttons, which makes it completely unfair, especially if I'm playing something like, say, like War Thunder or PlanetSide 2. It makes it so much easier to control than the joystick because I have the precision of actually using the mouse, and I have like easy control over pitch and yaw for the other 2 degrees of freedom, I guess. It's weird. When I think of degrees of freedom, I think of statistics. But
See, the problem with an Xbox controller is that despite the fact that you will have both control, you will be using your thumbs for both controllers. You will also not have a lot of other fingers to use on other buttons. You can only use these 2, which makes an Xbox controller seem like it might be an entry-level type of controller, but not a very customizing yourself.
My son just got a controller for Christmas. It's got a button on it for every finger.
Oh, really?
that's pretty incredible.
And that son plays Call of Duty. I have to remember which one plays which.
See, in War Thunder, they kind of prefer the mouse. They even tell
In
you
the
that
arcade.
in the arcade mode.
In
Yeah,
the arcade.
yeah. And you really can stomp people with the mouse in the
Well,
arcade.
this is the one I try to play with, but it's ridiculous trying to control it because you've got pitch and yaw, and the stupid thing spins.
Right.
But whenever you try to go into any of the things, it automatically spins.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, see, that's kind of
It's stupid.
why I like the X65.
X65. There you go.
Yeah, it's because I mean I know Joe, you were saying that you could just break it off.
I would break the damn thing. I don't care if it's made out of titanium.
Metal.
I don't
Yeah.
care. I'll break it.
What's
These
the new
guns.
one? Who's got the
The-
new one? The X55.
The 55. It's also SciTech, but
The-
it's in the mode.
X55. Sorry, the X55 is actually the X65, except without force sensing.
Right.
So that's the difference.
Yeah, and I
And
know
they got rid of that
pilots-
silly LCD panel on it too.
The pilots got pissed off in the F-16 at first. If you read the old reviews from the pilots when they first started flying that in the fly-offs, and they had to give an 1/8 of an inch movement in each direction just to have them
Feel like they're
have that
flying.
tacit feedback, right?
Yeah.
There was a flight simulator in Mountain View, just a few miles north of here, a couple of years back. It's not there anymore, but it was called Fighter Town USA, and they had very strong force feedback stuff on the joystick. I mean,
awesome.
you could not move the joystick, and they made it very clear in the pre-flight briefings. Don't try to move the joystick. Just think about what you want the craft to do.
Right.
And it'll do it, because subconsciously you'll do all these little micro movements with your hand, and don't worry about not being able to crank that thing over.
Exactly.
Freaking just think what you want to do.
Micromanaging the micro movements that you have, like in a car when you're steering, you can still feel them whenever you try and fucking adjust. When you do that with a force sensing stick, you don't feel them anymore. It's just a smooth transition between. It's like the fucking thing becomes a part of you, and at that point, you're just like, yeah, now I'm actually flying a plane. Now I'm not telling a plane where to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I prefer that a lot over like I have the X52 Pro right now, and it's nice, but I like exactly what you were saying, Nicole. It's like when you turn this way, it's really easy just to yaw accidentally.
Nice. But that's okay though, because sometimes you are in a turn, like you're dogfighting, and you want to tip you want to point your guns just a tiny bit to the left. You want to turn and yaw at the same time. Sometimes.
Yeah. Well, now it's like with the newer aircraft, it's going to be more like what you can do in Star Citizen, right? Because you've got things like the Raptor and whatever the Cu-37 is, where you can do angle-off attacks. So they actually have, even though you don't need rudders in any of the modern-day jets at all, except for to taxi on the ground.
Right.
So they have it so the rudders are telling the computer to move my nose to the left or right, so they can get those angle-off attack. Yeah.
Fly-by-wire. The funny thing is, when doing zero movement turns, like literally just spinning in place, the mouse is actually the fastest in accomplishing this. Like a joystick doesn't. And that's the reason why the mouse has the precision and needs to be nerfed by Chris Roberts, of course.
Right.
Otherwise, joysticks just don't measure up, because joysticks on a controller or on a hot ass or anything like that, you still have to move, or you have to at least make the adjustment, and you can't go two ways at the same time. Yet with a mouse, you can.
Yeah. It's weird watching myself drink after the fact that I drank.
Yeah, there's like a 30-second delay sometimes.
No, that's fine with me, but it's just like, that's what I look like.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead, Trendane.
No, you haven't talked, Trendane. You go.
I've talked a little bit. But my father is a pilot, and not like a professional
I'm a pilot.
Cool. And I'm going to be probably going down in mid-February to visit him for a week. And since he lives in Houston and it's not too far from Austin, I'm going to hope that maybe I can convince him to take a trip up to Austin and maybe visit the guys, because I would love to get my father hooked on this game. I think it would be hysterical.
Just have him buy a Wing Commander.
Or you get that free Wing Commander right now, or Wing Commander Saga.
No, you go to Good Old Games,
GOG.
and you get the whole thing. And that's what I did. I did all that, all the way up to Privateer 2, The Darkening.
Which was great, because a lot of those old games won't run on modern computers, and the GOG crew have taken it and made it to where it'll work.
DOSBox.
Yeah, DOSBox. I love it.
Yeah.
Except
he doesn't have a modern computer. His is more like... Actually, I think his is older than mine was.
Oh my God.
You don't need a modern computer to run those.
No,
the more
you don't.
modern the computer, the worse they run. They run on my MacBook Pro wonderfully, but this new iMac I bought, they run like shit. They run like crap. Because
we're not a PG-13 cast.
I know, but I was told by people I cursed like a sailor. No, the newer computers are so fast that DOSBox, there isn't a multiplier or whatever they call it enough to reduce the cycles to make it run well. I was trying to play Wing Commander 2 on my iMac, and it just couldn't slow it down enough, but it plays exceptionally on my MacBook Pro, which is a dual core.
Wing Commander 4 when I was in the Navy and we were on deployment, and that computer was a 486 SX, 25 megahertz.
What ship were you on?
US.
It was a couple days.
Right, that's what I'm saying. 25 megahertz, and now we're in 4 gigahertz range.
Yeah, I
Or
had
higher.
I remember my first computer was 75 megahertz.
Yep.
It had some, I think, was it 64 megabytes of RAM, something like that.
That was
I had
pretty
a
good in those days.
I remember playing
486
Doom.
DX40.
Yeah, they had a 40. It was
No,
a-
I used a Cyrix chip back
Yep,
then,
the
or
Cyrix.
an AMD chip.
Yeah, the Cyrix chips were awesome, but that's where they had to come up with the name Pentium from, because the Cyrix was stealing the 486 name or the 386 name or whatever, and re-releasing them with the same exact name as the Intel chip. Just because it was based on the 386 architecture. All right. Well, the ship I was on was the USS Yellowstone and the USS South Carolina were the two ships I was on.
Right.
To answer your question.
I was on the LPH-7 Guadalcanal.
Oh, were you in the 6th Fleet?
I was in the sick fleet, the one that stayed at home all the time and
Mhm.
only went out when we needed to on weekends.
Yeah. Fair enough.
The sick fleet.
All right.
What are you typing, Trendane?
I don't know.
That's
It's
Core.
core.
Sorry.
He types
Core?
like he types
I
like
was
a,
talking to the chat. I mean, yeah, you guys were having a conversation that I couldn't
Oh, I see
add
that,
to.
but-
So I was,
okay.
I was just talking to them about the controller still.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Alright.
we agree that, like, the controllers themselves, it's really going to be whichever one you choose, right? It doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, but there will always be one controller that's better than others in certain situations, and that you're always going to keep that, and you're not really going to get rid of it. And hopefully, the idea is that the one that you want to use is good enough for the situation that you're going to use. it
I
in.
want to be able to dock my big whale ship or my manatee, my Starfarer. I want to dock that with a mouse. I'm
So
not going
do
to be
you think
dogfighting, you know.
Do you
Well,
think
I
different
mean-
controllers for different ships?
Wait a second. I guess that struck Trendane as funny.
I think I'd prefer the controller for like long space flights where I'm not doing any dogfighting or anything. That way I'm not hunched over like this. I can just like sort of lean back and take in space.
Okay.
So Sandy said that she's already working with a group, with one of the companies for a controller.
Oh, really? They're going to have a Star
What
Citizen
company do
controller?
you
will-
think that is?
I will be completely
Steel
honest
Series.
with everyone here. The only hardware investment that I would make for Star Citizen today
Mhm.
is a 4K monitor. Nothing else. Everything I'll
That's right.
wait until fucking a year from now. However, I could also wait another
Agree with
year and wait until the 4K monitors drop half in price.
Well,
But,
at
yeah.
CES they just announced a $300 4K monitor.
yeah,
Yep.
I know.
It's Asus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the IPS. Yeah. It looks pretty good. Did anybody look at the stuff from CES this year?
I've looked at a few things here and there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all about 4K this year. So
Yeah, they're like shoving it down his throat. It's like now I mean my TV I figured I'd last for a long time. I got a beautiful Sony. It's like a
They have to. TVs have no margin left on them, so
Yeah.
they have to keep on selling you a new one every year to make money.
I'm just thinking that the bandwidth, they're going to have to fix the bandwidth issue because right now we're using H.264 and H.265 is supposed to come out which will support the 4K, which has a better compression rate. So if you put a video up right now on YouTube and it's 600 megabytes with the H.264, with H.265 it might be like 150 megabytes. It's that much
Right.
better compression. It still holds a 1080p.
It's funny that you should talk about bandwidth when I have to sign into my computer every day to listen to Comcast tell me I'm reaching my 300 gig limit.
Oh yeah, so it'll go down with
Freaking bitch.
300 gig is
H.265.
Well, it's a test. I'm just one of those markets that got lucky enough to be in the test.
I'm sorry to hear that because I use like 300 gigabyte a day.
Yeah,
I was about to say. I mean,
Yeah.
I've got 500 gigabit upload and download. Actually, sorry, I've got 1 gigabit upload and download now. And yeah, when I do download something, I think I go through about 30 gigabytes in about an hour, and that's just me
One
downloading
update.
something for like 10 seconds.
Well, that
One
porn.
thing I have to download for my job is 30 gigs, and then when my son wanted the Battlefield 4 update for the PS4, that was 37 gigs.
There,
Yeah.
and
like
you only allow
nuts.
300 gig a month? That's crazy.
No, it's not that you're allowed. That's what you pay for. It's
Oh.
$50. It's $10 for every 50 gigs above that.
Oh. What a rip.
Yeah. They're
Happy
nuts.
New Year to you, Envoy. Sorry.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. To everyone who hadn't, yeah. Best wishes to everyone who we missed.
Who wants to see how much I could drink before I pass out? No.
This is great. Bad Girl is going to get drunk.
That girl doesn't get drunk. She's a lightweight. She just drinks and passes out.
Oh, there we go. Every time we say the word Star Citizen, she has to drink.
No. My roommates, my nieces, I'll call it, my best friend who I live with right now, her daughters were here, and one of her daughters comes up with this thing that, we have to play what was the name of that movie? Love is all around you.
Love Actually.
Love Actually drinking
Never
game.
seen it.
Look up the Love Actually drinking game. If you
Okay.
could last the first 20 minutes of that drinking game, you are gonna die in the next 5 minutes.
So you survive 20 minutes to die 5 minutes later? No, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Oh no, it's not. It's like in the first scene you have to drink 5 times.
That's fine.
while you're looking up this drinking game, I'm noticing that there's not a whole lot of questions showing up for us. You people out there in the audience need to get off your asses and start sending us some damn questions.
How do you know how many people are out there? Is it the 37 thing?
Yep, we have 37 right now.
There's only 37 people out there?
I know.
Well, we took a couple weeks off, and it kind of got a bit of a lag going
37? Did you tweet that you were online?
Yes.
We did.
You've got more subscribers than 37.
I know. We have 482.
I'm just kidding.
It's just a slow week.
I'm just kidding.
It's
So we
cold
talked
day.
about the things I saw in the hangar module, in the dogfighting module.
Yes.
What's next?
Oh,
Come on, Perfect.
next topic.
Okay, next topic. Okay, so what else? Let's go through the year. What can we expect?
No, what can we
Social-
expect?
Social
module.
stuff, organizations.
No,
in.
Orgs.
social module.
All right.
yeah.
So are you guys starting a group? You guys are starting an org for whatever you're part of, right?
No,
We have-
Gallatin started a fucking organization a year and a half a goddamn
Yeah,
ago.
we're in an organization. Yeah, Gallatin started it ages ago. Like as soon as pretty much right as they were starting, right? So
Yep.
because the form structure for the RSI website at that time was completely fucked. It was awful.
Yeah.
So he implemented some actual functioning forms.
Star Citizen Base.
So you have an org of some sort.
Yes, we are
Yes.
part of the Imperium.
Imperial.
All right, and the people in that, the subscribers, the community of Star Citizen AA have, gotten me to start a
Guild?
organization. I keep on going to say guild,
It's kind
but
of a
it's an
guild.
org.
Yeah.
It's an
tough to-
organization. We have to keep it in the frame of Star Citizen,
No, but
right?
you
Okay.
call it what you want, because you can literally rename it.
Yeah, you can call
once
it-
you're in the
you can
game.
call it a company.
This is truly an org because we've got board of directors, security, merchant, mining, exploration, and then often a place where you don't see it, Black Ops.
Which
Well,
is kind of like
you
Pirates.
can't
obviously,
see that.
we now know that it's there.
Yeah.
No, you don't know that it's there because we're only talking.
You just told us,
But you got to find it.
but we don't have to.
See, it was there,
Know that
but now it's gone. It was there, now it's gone.
Do you think there's there's going to be a CHOAM mining group?
What's a chum?
CHOAM is the name of the mining group the mining consortium in Dune that is responsible for mining the spice.
Imperium.
Yeah, no, there's definitely going to be one. And if there's not, I'd be surprised.
There is now because you
Just
said
like
I
it.
was going to say, yeah, there will be now.
There's going to be a Jedi Order and other uncreative things, copyright infringing, possibly, things.
Oh, absolutely.
What do they mean by Imperium is winning the vote?
Oh no, this is about whether or not we're going to call ourselves imps or Imperiums.
Yeah.
Oh no, not
Come on,
imps.
the
no
guild-
imps.
the guild
That
track.
goes back to
Yeah,
SW.
trust me, Imperiums is winning.
Yeah.
All right.
It's winning by a lot, actually.
You could
So-
call yourselves Impa Loompas.
So have you seen the organization structure and have actually looked into it? How it's you have your group, and the moniker of your group is hidden, right? Like mine might be SCAA, and nobody else could have that, but I can call myself whatever name I want, and there could be 3, 4, 5, 10 organizations with the same name. Have you seen that?
Mhm.
And the fact that you could make it so, say you want to be a org and you're a security org, and then you get with another group and you're running all the time with them, and that's a merchant org. You can merge those into one org, have a board of directors, have a parent org, and that's now subsidiaries, right?
Like a DBA.
Yeah.
It's just
So,
the
I mean,
alliance system that most other games.
But
have.
they-
It's like
really
a formalized alliance system.
But
Which
they
I like.
really thought this out well,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because
Yeah,
then you
but-
have that parent organization, and you have the parent organization's webpage and chat server, right? Because you have your own personal chat server now, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I
The wine-
completely
the wine
agree.
is
It's
here.
just that
That's
all
food.
these things are not revolutionary or new. They've been in Korean MMORPGs, not so much in Western MMORPGs.
Yeah.
But
The
that's-
Koreans had something that they invented without copying
Korean-
from other people.
Korean MMOs in general, their social aspect has been way advanced compared to
Right.
MMOs. It's
organizational
because-
structures,
I know,
alliance
I know.
structures, alliance
all sorts of
structures.
really interesting things because their MMOs are super grindy,
Mhm.
so
Completely.
the social aspect is really what draws people into those games, and so I mean I think this is really the first time that a Western RPG is really, or Western MMO has gone for any kind of real meaty social structure.
They've tried it in other ones, like Warhammer Online. I think tried to do some kind of alliance thing with guilds and stuff.
But
And
then
of
it's
course
so buggy and bullshitty.
Oh yeah,
and
the
it's just
game's
like-
crap. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the other ones have tried to pull in some of those social things. It didn't work.
You know
I
the
don't-
best part?
What's that?
The absolute best part of Warhammer Online was when they were making it and they were going to release it. I was working at Electronic Arts and they were actually begging us to play the game because their numbers were so low. And we had a couple of representatives come and they were hanging out in the cafeteria. And I walked over to them. I said, "You know my favourite part of this game? It's like in World of Warcraft, whenever the wolves are idle and they kind of scratch their ears. Well, in Warhammer Online, when they're idle, they lick their privates. I love that. I think it's fantastic." And the lady was just like, and I was like, "Oh, okay, so it's lost on you, apparently." So I like the fact that the goblins pick their noses. I'm like, that's nice. I just wandered off.
Oh, and shout out to everyone fucking saying Dark Age of Camelot.
Love that game.
Oh,
Yes.
awesome!
It's right there.
Dark Age of
But there were-
Camelot,
somebody's
Ultima
saying it over
Online,
there.
Lineage 2.
They did. I mean, it's so. I don't know. I feel like those games were. They were. I feel because they didn't have that. I don't know.
History?
They didn't have the fidelity and
Oh.
the.
Oh, but they were the best for their time. I mean, Dark
They were
Age of Camelot
definitely-
was huge compared to EverQuest. I mean, it
Look,
really stomped EverQuest.
Everything up to like Dark Age of Camelot was like the last first generation MMORPG.
Yes, yes. It was the
Yeah.
end of the
Lineage
first.
2 was the start of the second generation MMORPGs. And the funny thing is, it went downhill after Lineage 2. And there is no third generation of MMORPGs, so that kind of tells where that went.
I think Well, I mean, you could consider Star Citizen the third generation,
I think
maybe. Because let's think about it this way: what exactly has changed between second and third generation now? What are we looking at a change? I think we're looking at really the changing of
The
how
entire world, persistent
right
universe.
exactly what exactly is the definition of a persistent universe, right? So in our World of Warcraft days, or any of those other second generation MMOs, you had a persistent universe being that there was areas that were populated or depopulated by players at all times, and they were rendered, right, or they were sitting in the servers, like the servers had a count of who was there, and what NPCs were alive and what were dead, and all that stuff at all times. Whereas this new model is all about instancing and creating the universe as people explore it.
Yeah, it used to be about open world, then it became about instancing to handle server loads,
Right.
and now we're going back to finding the balance in between, because you want the players to have an impact on the world, because that's what makes them stick around. But at the same time, if you instance everything, they won't have that impact. And I think the games that can start to call themselves third generation MMOs are if Star Citizen does it right, I'm not saying they will, but if they do it right, Star Citizen will get it right. Arc-Age, I believe it's called, is another one, in which the entire world is modifiable within reason. But that's kind of where MMORPGs are going towards, is less the character type and more the Minecraft-y type, I guess.
Yeah. So yeah, this and EverQuest and it's
So I've
Right,
got
anyway,
questions.
so we diverted pretty far from.
Sorry, yeah.
I know. I got questions. I got questions.
Okay.
So, in some of the lore elements, they talk about how long it takes for a message to get from one end of the player universe, player galaxy, player universe, to the other.
Because
right?
they're using the Alpha Delta Quadrant thing from Star Trek.
Right. And in other elements, we're in a real-time, existence, right? And we have people from our guild on one side of the, universe, and some people on the other side of the universe. So, what's the immersion factor there? Like, is it really going to take that long to get from one side of the known space to the other?
I hope so.
So when you have these guilds and you're trying to organize things like
TeamSpeak.
What? TeamSpeak. I know, but I mean, is it going to be the same?
The problem is,
like they're talking about how big this universe is. Are you going to be able to get from one end to the other?
What they're going to have to do is put in some kind of reason for us to use in-game communication, right? Because in a dogfight or something like that, or when we're trying to coordinate fleets in different parts of the galaxy, we're going to use TeamSpeak. Like, we're not if it's going to take 10 minutes for me swearing into my microphone to reach fleet command, that's a problem.
Mm-hmm. Well, but it's immersive.
My point here was, we were talking about like the organizations. Part of the organization is going to be logistics, right?
Yeah.
Like, someone's going to have to decide where in the galaxy to set up these bases. And what ships to have at those bases, so someone could jump into an NPC or their own character in those different bases, right?
But it really comes down to how big the organization is that you have, and and how you want to proceed with doing that. Because setting up these types of bases and setting up logistics for them, it's all not really that big of a gargantuan task, as long as you have a clear overview of what you have. And right now, you don't have a clear overview of what you have. You don't know exactly what the abilities are, and what we can do and what we can't do, and that raises big question marks when it comes to trying to fit all the pieces of the puzzle together.
Right.
But once we get closer to Persistent Universe, and you know exactly how many ships you have, what the costs are going to be for storing them somewhere, how many players you're going to have online at any given time, all those pieces of the puzzle are going to start falling together really quickly. Or you have incompetent leaders that don't know what they're looking at, and then you should probably find some new puzzlers.
Right. Org taxes?
Org taxes will be largely done like Eve does it.
I would like to see him do it like World of Warcraft in a way.
They'll probably do it like Eve.
Whereas every time you loot something or you sell something, there's a tiny cut that's taken out, but it's not taken out of your direct profit. It's almost like a tax.
That will probably go to
UEE.
Like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what you're talking about, Joe, is probably going to be the way they're going to do it with the UEE, because we are paying them tax as long as we're inside UEE space, right?
Right, pre-protection.
Yeah, or on any space station, whoever owns the space station, you're paying them direct tax. But they're probably on every transaction, right? It'll say something like, say you're giving 11% of your profit, not of your buy-in, but of your profit to Imperium, because that is the tax norm, then it'll probably just say on the receipt of whatever you're doing, and it'll cut into your profits a little bit, which is the same way that Eve currently does it.
Right.
It's automatic taxation.
Eve was done. Okay.
Eve is just multiplayer Excel. That's multiplayer.
It is not.
With pretty graphics.
I keep saying that. It's pretty.
I did get Endless Space, you bastards. And
awesome.
It's pretty cool. I haven't really finished the tutorial yet, so someday we'll have to all sit down and play it together. We should do it like a live stream.
I'm loving Starbound.
Starbound's
pretty fun, too.
I've been playing that and Rust.
The character swipes on Starbound.
What do you have on Starbound? I've got it.
Sorry, Ed. Go ahead.
But
All right, so let's get back on the we'll get back on the topics here. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the new stretch goal that Mr. Roberts has initiated.
Waterworld? Is Kevin Costner going to be there?
Yeah, Waterworld.
That was a good movie.
Oh wait, it's part Waterworld.
You like that movie?
Hoth.
I like that movie. Okay, people give me shit for liking that movie.
Long,
I like that movie. Okay.
Oh come on! If it has Kevin Costner in it, is long.
I just want to know.
That's just the way it is.
How could the movie be so? It's all water and everything was dirty. Like everything was like
that was
oil
right.
covered.
That
and
kid
gross.
was so
Because they're
dirty.
pirates.
Just throw in the water.
Pirates are dirty.
Yeah, but they're on water. I mean, they can't wash themselves.
Well, they were on an oil tanker. You know, I mean, it's not like that just washes off readily. It's not like they had lava.
Don't hold food up to me.
Well, no, see, Core isn't smoking right now, so he should be smoking, and he's not. Oh,
nice.
Big victory in New York State. We're going to allow legalized marijuana.
Are you?
Yeah.
Colorado already did.
No, wait,
Yeah.
honestly.
Well, we're following suit up here.
Welcome to the open-minded world.
Yeah.
Good. My brother needs that.
It's for medicinal use only at first, but that'll open up eventually.
Medicinal?
Yeah.
I've got a headache.
Colorado, it's recreational.
Exactly. I got a headache. Oh, I got a lot of stress, man. Really
See,
stressed.
that's the screwed up part, is that pod gives me headaches.
Yeah.
I might have cancer someday.
Right. I got a hangnail. I got this really wicked hangnail.
I think my grandmother had glaucoma.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so basically, and then on top of that, the other thing that we just voted on. So, did you guys see all the different votes? You could vote for Lost Human Colony,
Right.
Unexplored Natural Wonder, a Tervaran Ghost World, Xi'an.
Can you say that again?
Yeah.
I'll be honest. My interest level for all these options and votes that I can do is non-fucking existent.
It's not that
I didn't care when they started doing this after they ran out of ships. I still don't care, and I'm hoping they're finally done with it.
They're not really doing this for any other reason but to make you think that you're involved. If you look at it,
I know it's a big fucking scam. What you're looking at?
No, it's
now.
not a scam.
It's a scam.
It's not a scam. What they're trying to do is direct the development, right?
No, but
towards
everyone
the
knows
things.
everyone knows what they are doing. It's just
right. They're trying to
the
direct
arbitrary stretch goals are getting on people's nerves. That's all I'm saying.
Well, they're
what else
trying
are they
to
gonna
direct.
do?
Well,
Sorry,
they're
go
trying to
ahead.
direct development to where things are going to go first, because they're dropping off these things. Doesn't mean they're never going to do it. Like if binary star system fell off the list, it doesn't mean that when you're in Star Citizen's universe a year and a half or 2 years after launch, you're not going to find a binary star system. What it means is that in those group of stars that you're going to be able to go to in the beginning, these are the things that you're going to see. And it was the same thing with the ships. If they have to only this much time to build ships in the beginning of the game, let's build the ones that the people want, knowing we're definitely going to build these other ships
odd
too.
ones, yeah.
Right. They're not going to do that. If you read between the lines and listen to what Chris says and the other guys say in the live streams and the videos and the messages that Chris puts out, everything's going to get done. It's just, what are they going to do first? They want to know what we want. And that's the part of it that we get to take part in. I need a pop filter for this, don't I?
No, it's fine.
A little
I'm not
bit.
hearing any puffs.
Pop.
It's not bad.
No, it's okay. It's fine. I trust me. I think everyone here knows what you're saying. It's just that when it comes to arbitrary stretch goals, I mean, the fact that they're still on 1 million, even though they're completely arbitrary as all hell, makes for really bad form.
Well, what would you like to see? I mean, I'm just a question for you. I'm not trying to beat you up, but what would you like to see them do? I mean, every time they come out with one, it seems to be more and more grand than the one before, and you just can't keep scaling the game up. Even if it's $1 million, you just can't keep scaling it to this infinite sort of thing.
Well, what I'm truly trying to go for here is them stopping the arbitrary $1 million stretch goals that they keep setting.
Just stop it.
Yeah, just stop it.
That's
and
a good idea.
Switch to like a 5 million stretch goal or something.
Okay.
Or stop them.
And then
stop them.
Yeah, or stop them all altogether. It's it's
do
getting
stupid
ridiculous
things.
at this point. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if they just did it like a weekly vote, just a weekly topic, a weekly vote with the stretch goals in them, that would make just as much sense as them currently having 1 million arbitrary stretch goals.
Core, could I interject for 1 second?
Go ahead.
The issue was when they asked us what we wanted to do, like now that we're fully funded at 23 million, should we keep these stretch goals going or not? What they had just gotten through doing was giving us some UE credits, giving us the workbench or something else. They gave us a couple of things, right? They gave us an arc light pistol. They were giving us physical goods, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they were asking people when there were something like 20,000 less people or 30,000 less people at the time that were alpha,
that
testers.
number isn't made up, by the way, but go ahead.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
it's some it's some number. They asked a group that was just being given physical goods, what should we keep doing? Should we keep these stretch goals going, or should we just stop them and do something else? And everybody was like, I'm getting all these goods. Maybe we should just keep these going.
Yeah.
In reality, now Core is exactly right. They're just so arbitrary. It's like, you're going to do it anyway. Why not just say, here's a vote on what we should do this week or this 4-week period. And the stretch goals should turn into, at $5 million, we're going to give you an arc light pistol. At in the next $10 million, we're going to give you this special nose art for your ship. Because it really doesn't matter.
Sony's doing something like this where they have the round table. It is causing a lot of problems with it because theirs is not based off of money coming in. Theirs is just based off of what do we think, like, should we have a PvP arena or something like that? And the question is sort of vague, and the answers are always kind of vague, so it always sort of pisses people off about those kind of things. We talk about it on our Into the Portal show that we do on Friday. So therein lies problems with that too. So I don't know if there's actually a perfect solution. Perfect? You have a solution?
No.
Perfect.
there is no. I mean, if we look at the so for example with EverQuest Next, the way that they had that question about like social structures, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like, how do we want to structure the social systems? And I was looking at that vote. I was looking at that poll, and I was thinking, all of these are really shitty options.
Yes.
Like I wouldn't want
any of them.
I really wouldn't want any of these, or even thinking, maybe why exactly are these mutually exclusive categories for social implementation? Things like that. So this is, I think that the way that I think it's a great idea that they should definitely start spacing out the stretch goals. If you want to continue even having stretch goals, just say 5 million, 10 million, whatever. Keep the bar because people like watch the little thing going up on the bar and stuff like that.
I mean, you can always just keep it there because, the money's always going up. She's showing her PC or something, I guess. I don't know.
I was trying to read people.
That everything that we've just said is completely valid, but at the same time, their crowdfunding has worked, so who are we to criticize what they've got?
Oh, God,
right?
yeah. God, yeah. I think a lot of the crowdfunding stuff, it's as I drop my microphone off the thing, I think it's very it's like hysteria, right? People jump on and they want to be part of it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was the one who voted for this. You could say that.
Yeah, right. And when you look at the threads, it's like, no, you have to vote for binary because of this, and this. And I'm like,
I stay
there's
out
going
of
to
the
be a binary system
forums.
in there.
I gave no fucks about binary.
I know, but I'm like, there is going to be a binary system in there because they have like 1,000 star systems they're going to have in this game.
Yeah.
Just give it time. So,
Trendane, what are your thoughts, Trendane?
Hazy thoughts from Trendane.
We should be Trendane should do the smoking the weed.
Hang on.
Could you do that?
There it comes.
No, I was just thirsty. No.
That is Trendane's favorite water bottle, by the way. He's been using it ever since I met him, and it's sort of the color of the water bottles in Waterworld.
It looks like somebody's been spitting their chew in there.
Well, yeah, it's recycling. No.
I mean, isn't Aquafina clear?
But the bottle's not. There we go.
There he goes. That's it.
Chendi, would you like to do us the honor of reading about the TASMA system? Or TAMSA system?
What?
Could you read it?
That was a huge hit.
No wonder I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I'm obviously stoned out of my mind.
This one here. This is the new system that just got unlocked. TAMSA.
Is it in the latest Jump Point magazine? That means I probably can't talk about it yet.
No, it's not.
No, it's not Jump Point. It's in the letter.
Oh. Well, there's probably a lot more than just that little paragraph.
No, actually, this is all they said.
Do you
Really?
know that little paragraph? That's the largest paragraph they've ever put in. I had to read that on my show. It took forever.
Not this one. Not the Cano one.
The Cano. Okay, the Cano one.
Like,
I was going to say they've got the one for the Magnus system that they just put up, but I was going to.
That's different. One is a galactic guide. The other one is what they're going to unlock for them to start creating.
Yeah. So there's the Cano system. That was awful long. I figured you could just read the TAMSA one.
I see. What, you want me to read this?
Well, you don't have to.
I mean,
Get your voice going.
We're closing in on time to jump into Q&A.
That's why I gave you a little one.
And then you throw this block of text right after.
Well, I was just to show you that there really is a big one, but that's
I
it.
see. This is located near the fringe of Bonner Street. Okay, so the way that I would normally do this while recording
Does not have core typing.
I'm stopped. I'm eating again.
Okay,
sounds like a rabid
back
squirrel.
to your pretzels.
Your twiglets, as
Yeah.
somebody said in the chat there. It's bark and a little bit of the Cambrian layer.
Well, what's worse for you, all that salt or the smoke? I mean, really.
The smoke.
Okay.
Because the salt only affects him.
I have a sodium deficiency, so it's fine.
Oh, do you really? There you
Yeah.
go. Eat away.
So, okay. The TAMSA system. Located near the fringe of Banu space, TAMSA system features a massive central star that has collapsed into a black hole. Only 2 planets remain in the system, a Cathorian world and a gas giant located far from the black hole's event horizon.
Yay, so this was the one that we caused all the commotion with us that one time we discussed the...
Wait, there is more than that, because they talk about how they're being drawn into the event horizon. So Trendane was right.
Well, yes, this is just the rehash of what that system is. So
Okay.
this is the one where we flipped out. We all started talking about how if you had a real
I know.
black hole, and
Yeah.
that was bad.
It would take
They
them
would
centuries
actually-
to die.
Well, not centuries. It would take them millions of years to die.
Well, there are centuries and millions of years.
Yes, there are. That's why I said you just mine the fuck out of it until it's dead.
Or you are whipped now, man. You are married. It's the
That's
definition.
what I said.
Yeah.
I whipped women to become my wife.
No.
Oh,
you
whoa,
got
whoa,
whipped.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
You're
whoa.
whipped.
Huh?
I need to introduce you to my friend Phoenix.
He's all the way in Ireland. He's not anywhere close.
It's no problem. She goes everywhere.
I think he said that specifically to piss you off.
I know I did. Okay, so let's move on then.
Does it say fuck on his board up there?
On hers.
Probably.
No, it doesn't.
It says FCK?
But he looked.
Oh,
He
it
looked.
says what the fuck?
Okay.
That part is cut out of the screen on the Twitch stream because he
Thank
always got
God.
the whiteboard up there.
Yeah, it is, but she's looking on Skype, so.
Okay. All right. So letter from the chairman. We already talked about that. Moving on into Q&A time. Q&A time. All right, Mr. Bod, go ahead and plop those suckers in there. Janine, would you be our question and answer person tonight?
I suppose I could.
You could pass them out to people if you want.
Oh.
Just
Oh, that first one is cool.
Okay, well maybe she wants that one.
No, I just saw one go in there.
Why
Why did my screen go black?
I think that's
Because
your
it's
light.
racist.
Yeah. Some light that you got on your face, which is perfect right now, keeps going off.
Me? What?
No, not you. You're not on her face. Okay.
Where's my light?
Wait, shouldn't I be on
I
his
enjoyed
face?
my trailer.
What?
I'm not going there. Let's not go there.
Okay.
How many
Lady,
How
you-
many glasses of wine are you on, by the way, Nikki?
I was just going to say, lady, you need to
14.
get back to your box of wine.
She's on number 4.
Teen.
No, come on, people can count. This is my Third.
Third. Okay, we have bets going
Only
up that you
they're
won't make it
really
to 4.
full every time she comes back in the room to fill it up.
Reminds me of a Monty Python song. Sit in my face and tell me that you love me. Okay.
All right. What questions?
Go ahead there, Mr. Trendane. You are a question answer guy.
All right, so this first question is for Bad Girl. And Metallica for Life asks the question, what is this entropy game?
I don't know.
Well, good. Thank you for answering.
Okay, next question.
It's an MMO. It's another space MMO.
It's a MMO.
Is it another one that I have to go play? Somebody made me go and look at something called... Oh, we'll talk about that later.
I don't know,
There's another...
it's absolutely gorgeous looking, I'll tell you that. I'm looking at it.
Does,
Oh,
it does
Entropy. I know what that is. Hold on.
It looks a little bit like X Rebirth.
X
a bit.
Rebirth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it works?
But it works?
It's an MMO game.
It actually works.
It's in early access right now.
And it works?
It's functional. I have no idea. I'm trying to find reviews to
Holy
see what
cow,
people think
that's
about it.
gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a beautiful looking game.
Oh, I know what that is because Scott Manley was talking about it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they're the same people that did Battlestar Galactica Online.
Ooh.
Which wasn't that great of a
Which
game.
wasn't that great of a game.
That's right.
It was so good, in fact, that most people here never heard of it.
Yeah.
Wait, which game?
Battlestar Galactica Online.
Okay, next.
They made a BSG Online?
Yeah, they did. It came and went in about half an hour.
Yeah.
It was
next.
gone.
He illustrates my point.
That was
Put it
perfect.
this way: the only way you can get into the game was to go to Sci-Fi Network.
It'll be fine. This has all happened before. It'll all happen again.
It'll all happen again.
BSG,
Oh my God.
So say we all.
So say we all. Tell us, guys, what do you think?
I don't know if the BSG universe is particularly conducive to an MMO.
Because
There's
why? Because you got Cylons and you got the.
There are not
Terran.
really enough humans.
No, they're not. Basically, every human that played in real life was playing in the game was pretty much all the humans that were on the game and could play.
So
Because there's only
basically, we need to
50,000.
have one server that's just for the humans to reproduce,
Uh-huh.
and it'll be like Pornshire and WoW.
And then the other
It'll just be-
server.
Yeah,
On the other server, does everyone's spine glow red when they have sex?
only
Yes.
during climax.
At least.
So you know when they're faking it. That's the thing.
BSG Online, did I blink? Says Kron Restaban.
No one ever got my spine to glow red.
Sorry.
That whole, always leave them wanting more. That is not necessarily a good thing. Okay, so the next question, which will go to Core, is from Warwolf13, and the question is, which of the new backer goal ships excites you the most without even seeing it?
The Destroyer. But, we probably won't see that for a very long time. So if we go to, something smaller, I'd have to say the 890 Jump. Why? Because I want my fucking pool on my fucking ship to fly around and pretend that I am fucking rich. Okay? That's what I want to do.
And you're fucking
Cue the
Evandel
Pleasure
Queen.
Fleet pictures. Everyone, Pleasure Fleet pictures. Yay.
That's pretty
What
weird how his glasses are showing
The
Never
blue?
mind.
What happens if the artificial gravity goes out on your ship?
Well,
Yeah.
the jacuzzi just
Then
empties itself.
we are all floating in my jacuzzi water.
It's all right. It's totally encased in transparent aluminum.
See, that just sounds like you're taking shots of hot dog water to me.
Ugh.
Yeah, see, that's the problem with the jacuzzi. It's always kind of like you're in somebody else's bath water with bubbles.
Disgusting. I can't find anything about this game. Everybody's like, it exists, and nobody has any opinions about it.
What are you
It's a
talking
Steam,
about?
It's a
Entropy.
Steam early
Which one,
access.
Entropy?
If you log into Steam, there's 1 million reviews on it.
Of course, none of them lead to an actual game. So the next question is for you, Mr. Domo.
Okay.
Who will create the first Star Citizen drinking game?
We will.
Sure.
Yeah. We'll be
Okay.
on our StarCast. We'll come
Oh,
up
we
with
should do-
something,
Every time you're on our show, you have to drink.
which is Batgirl. She's doing
Drink the
perfectly.
whole way through.
hmm
Every word.
We just have tubes going into our mouth.
Every time somebody breathes out, we have to take a drink. It's a good drinking game. We'll be passed out in about 5 minutes.
Oh, not even that.
Not even.
Not even that.
I've gotten 3 drinks and I didn't pass out yet.
I don't know. I don't know if we guess we have to come up with some weekly show or something that we can do every time to have a drinking game. Not just with us, but he was asking when would be the first real drinking game. I don't know. We'll have to find some show or something like that to drink.
We could put our heads together and come up with a good one.
Yeah, we'll come up with a drinking game.
Wait,
all the people in the audience have to participate too, by the way. If we're getting drunk, you're getting drunk. And by the end, the show is going to be fantastic. It's going to be fabulous.
I see Foxy Phil talking about interspecies relationships for the win. This is probably directly relevant to Domo's statement earlier that he wants a whale to dock with a mouse. And which I tweeted, under the thing, which I figured would probably bring quite a lot of people going, what?
Guys, there's already a Star Citizen drinking game.
No, there will be a StarCast drinking game.
Yeah.
Okay, that's different. But there's a Star Citizen drinking game, and it has to do with Wingman's Hangar.
Every time something's redacted.
You mean every time
Chris Roberts
every time the show gets shorter by 3 minutes, take a fucking vodka bottle to the face.
It is getting shorter.
This is amazing.
Depressing. Okay, so really fast about this game. Apparently, it's like.
Are we still talking about Entropy?
Which game?
Yes, Entropy.
Okay, look, I'm pissed off because you can't hide your game forever, Entropy. I'm gonna figure your shit out.
I'm gonna find your shit,
and I'm gonna buy it, and I'm gonna play it.
I will find you, and I will kill you, and I will get my daughter back. Wait, what?
The game has pretty good potential, but in its current state, it's like the War Z of Daisy, or the War Z of Star Citizen.
Which means
so it's sort of just like,
shitty.
oh my god, people want a space sim MMO.
Well, let's make one in 5 minutes.
Before Star Citizen comes out. Apparently it's not horrible, but it's completely unbalanced, and mining is kind of repetitive. Combat is sort of with the same NPCs over and over again.
If it was so awesome,
in real life, isn't mining repetitive?
You're doing a lot of digging.
Yeah, I mean, it's just okay for right now. I guess it's worth the $20 if you want to play right now, but
I'm not sure that it is.
I don't think so. I would advise against any early access except for Daisy, because Daisy.
Well, it's not really early access. It's just early access to the standalone. It's already a pretty proven game. Yeah.
Well, I'm still playing fucking Arma 2 mod because Daisy standalone bores the living hell out of me currently.
I love it, man. I'm streaming it every day.
I survived for like 4 days straight. I killed around 40-ish people, and I just sat there going, "Yeah, I think
so." You're a serial killer?
I am. I'm completely.
Everybody's a serial killer in Daisy.
People come and watch my streams. Are like, "Dude, I can't watch your stream anymore. You just killed that innocent person." I'm like, "They're not innocent. They had a gun."
They had food. They're not innocent.
Yeah, they had a can of soup.
They killed all those innocent zombies.
Right, who just wandered around a little hungry for brains.
If you have a can of baked beans in Daisy, you are not innocent.
No, you have something I want. I want beans.
I think the biggest problem with that game is whenever I shoot someone, all their shit's ruined. Which means I just see no point in shooting them other than for my own satisfaction.
I've seen people shoot me and just walk away. They don't even come loot me. They just kind of walk away.
There's no point in looting anymore.
Nobody loots anybody.
just murder them.
They just murder you.
Because it's so rare to see another player. It's like, oh, a player.
No, it's not. Just stay at the fucking coast. You don't need to go inland. There's nothing there, I swear.
Well, I am going to do a trek.
Entire fucking map.
People have talked me into go up to the Northwest Air Base, so I'm going to do that in my next show. But
I did that. It's boring.
I know it's boring. It's a long ass run.
The problem is the trek to Northwest Air Base is long, and it's generally unfruitful because you can just go to like Balota.
Yeah. Well, the stuff in Balota is more for M4s. I'm trying to build a sniper rifle, so I got myself a.
There is no sniper rifle.
There's no I found a rifle, like an actual rifle.
Yeah, there's a Mosin Nagant, which you can fit like a tiny little scope on, but it's not a sniper rifle.
I got the big one on there already. But anyway,
but that's it. It's not a real sniper rifle.
Let's get back to this.
Did anybody see the rat hole we fell down?
Yeah, we did. And Nikki, you're like turning bright red. You're laughing about my bean comment. I don't know what's up with that, but
oh. I had my niece over, and her mom is from Britain. And we were eating dinner, and she goes, "Beans go with everything." And then we go over to my friend's house across the street, and somebody let out a really massive fart.
Yes.
And we had to cover for her. And as she was like pointing at everybody else, I'm like, wait a second. Beans go with everything? Now, British beans, which I'm sure Core knows, are different than beans here, right?
I'm not fucking British.
But you're in Ireland? Who's in Ireland?
Core.
I was born there, but I live in the Netherlands.
We were making fun of him.
Oh, you mother.
He's in the Netherlands right now.
Whenever we refer to where Core lives, we just pick a random European
country. Like he's from Belarus right now. He doesn't.
Motherfucker. Yeah, I thought you said he was in Netherlands
Fucking
before. I'm like,
traditions
what's
of
he
the
doing
trade,
there?
motherfucker.
So when we're talking about British beans, are we talking about Englishmen's testicles?
Yes. That's exactly what we're talking
I
about.
love British beans.
That's nice. I like it. It's fantastic. Speaking of which, my next question.
What do you need?
Yes.
to
Okay. Next
fuck all
question.
that?
Okay.
My next question is for Bod 69.9. Even though he's the one taking our he spell checked and corrected this question. I know he did because it was misspelled when I saw it go by in the chat. It was.
He's British.
The question. The question was from Metallica, and it said, "Why is Trendane so lovable?" It was lovable with an I instead of an A. When it went by and he corrected it. And
Aw,
we've
British.
never had
You can't
anyone
stop
do
that.
that for us. It's so wonderful that he loves us so much.
Big round of applause for Mr. Bod 699.
Thank you, Mr. Bod. You're so just we love you.
Okay. So why are you so lovable?
I think it's everybody's doing crack. I think is what
yeah.
it is. Clearly, people are not getting laid enough, apparently, because we've got non-glowing spines from Batgirl.
Mm-hmm.
We've got, Core's married now, so I'm certain he's never getting fucked ever again.
Yeah,
and then, Mr. Perfect got fucking bitches just climbing all over him, so he doesn't count.
Nothing I can do about it. I've tried restraining orders. They don't work.
I didn't say I was getting any. I just said my spine doesn't glow.
Yeah, that's what I said. We got no spine glowing. So.
Yeah. My eyes glow.
That's scarier, I think.
Yes, it is. All right, what's next?
Right. So the next question will go to Mr. Perfect from Ranger XML. The question is, will PlanetSide/social module be delayed with the dogfighting module being pushed back until March/April, according to Carriage Return interview with the News?
Yes.
Just say yes.
Of course. Everything's going to be delayed. If you expect a delay on everything, you will never be tested.
All
Yeah, exactly.
So
Everything's going to be delayed always.
I made
with all these parts being developed separately,
Yeah.
how does one part affect the other part? Like the reason why the dogfighting module was delayed was because Chris originally thought that they were going to release this dogfighting module as a second, as starting a second push to gain more money to fund the game. But because the game was fully funded, he decided we don't need that. Let's just go and do the dogfighting module we should always do. So if that's the situation.
The reason
they
why
said-
the social,
Yeah,
the
but
reason why the social
it's
model
still
doesn't work.
it still needs to be delayed. So if you think about it, what they're doing specifically is instead of making like a sort of a standalone dogfighting module just to sort of test the mechanics, they're actually attaching the dogfighting module to what will eventually become the persistent universe. So they're attaching it to the hangar module.
Yeah, it's going to be probably like an instance thing or something.
Right, exactly. And because they're doing that, all that stuff, the planet side and social modules are also connected to.
The rework of the backbone has to do with social networking as well, because that has everything to do with the fucking interconnectivity that we're going to need. So if dogfighting gets pushed back, social module gets pushed back.
All that stuff is they're sequencing that. So the social module will probably come out at normal time.
That stuff was always going to be created separately from the dogfighting module. So that was always on a separate track.
Of course, but
the dogfighting module
yet.
that we were getting was never going to be the dogfighting module that was going to be in the game. It was supposed to be something to show the technology behind the game so Chris Roberts could go and try to get money from a different investor. But because we spent all our freaking hard-earned cash on virtual ships that don't exist, they were able to get all the money that they need and didn't need to put that out there. So it really, in reality, it shouldn't. Now, I do agree with Perfekt. I think the reason that it's going to be delayed is not because it's not done, but because you can't release a dogfighting module and the social module that close together.
That too.
Well, that's the thing, because it's not necessarily about when the stuff gets done, right? Because people who are working on PlanetSide are not necessarily the same people who are working on the dogfighting stuff, right? It's two completely separate teams. So really, what you're looking at is they're completely redoing their timeline for development. So right after we hit that 22 million stretch goal, they started doing this. Everything started to change because they're like, well, now we don't need to just do a dogfighting module to get more money. So because of that, I think everything is going to be. It's like they're sort of retooling everything. Right. So I think everything's kind of going to get pushed back in the timeline generally, not because they're going to need more time to get it done. Although that's a distinct possibility that could come up in the future.
But also in regards to the social module, what you shouldn't forget is that it wasn't really that super intensive to do because the backbone for it. I can't hear myself. The backbone for it had to be developed, which is what they're doing at the same time with dogfighting module. But the problem was just that to put people all in the same room and call it the social module was never more than, I don't know, a month or two's code. So they probably haven't even started it yet. It's probably not been a priority.
But here's one thing I want to bring up real quick is that Chris Roberts does have a history of delaying things.
Yeah.
And when I first started covering this back in August, I said it's going to be about 2 years out. And at that point, they were saying it was going to be 18 months out, right, for the game to be released. And I had people jumping down my throat saying, there is no way. This game is coming out in 18 months max. I'm thinking it's getting closer to that 2-year mark.
It's going to go over that. It's going to be middle of 2015, if anything, at this point.
And of course, it's an MMO, so to be developed over time anyway. Like WoW came out, didn't even have any instances in it until later on.
But you know what's funny? We seem to forget the disconnect between Squadron 42, which was always coming out first, and Star Citizen, which is coming out after.
Yeah.
I completely agree with the disconnect between those two. The problem is the social model, whilst being a part of alpha, has not really been truly discussed. There hasn't really been a date set for the social model.
There hasn't been a date, but it has been discussed. And what I'm gonna say right now is, a lot of people watch these live streams and these little promotional videos on the surface.
Right.
Because everybody watches them on the service, it forces me to have to watch them over and over and over again to try to see where things are different.
Right. We're all doing that.
You have seen a lot of artwork that has been released for the PlanetSide, little by little, as they're walking through the offices, as they're talking to the people in Austin, and I guess Mexico City. I think that was one of the people. And they're the ones working on the social module. And the environment is done. I mean, they're building buildings at this point.
Like I
agree.
It's
I
never
agree.
difficult to do, but yeah, continue.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying, Core. It's like, well, if it's done, why don't they release it? Because there's the whole, I think the move in Austin held up a lot of things, because if you look at where things are, you've got Manchester, you've got Santa Monica, you have Ireland, right?
Montreal.
Sorry, you got Montreal and you got Mexico City, right? You got all these different places, and you have other places around the world, right? But everything, am I wrong when I assume this? The whole backbone of this game is going to be hosted in Austin?
I would think.
Probably.
Especially with the Google Fiber coming there next year.
I would hope not, since that's like the one place that has been unable to stream anything.
Google Fiber's coming, which is a gig up and a gig down. Asynchronous.
I know.
They just moved into their building, right? They just moved into their building, and they introduced their IT guy the last time, the guy that's in charge of all that stuff. I think that a lot of the things that are going to start happening from now forward are going to happen more quickly because Austin has a home now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the biggest thing, and I don't have any insight except for a few in between, where I could read in between when I interviewed Ben and Mike, and even then it's a reach that, where they were, it was really a big burden to be doing as much as they were there, especially with the backbone of trying to run the hangar module and other things all out of that one location. I think we're going to see a little bit of a ramp up, a little bit more of an increase in speed and things getting released. But I agree with Perfekt. There is no way that this isn't going to be delayed. No more. More wine. No more.
Wine girl.
I need food. I don't think that there's any way that this is not going to be delayed. Yeah, I can't eat through there unless you could beam it to me, Core.
That's coming in the $37 million stretch goal.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait. But, I wish I could beam everything. Like my Yeti. No. It's...
Oh. I thought you meant an actual Yeti.
Yeti teleportation.
In front of you, and it's like so big and round. And sorry.
Don't
what are you doing to that microphone exactly?
Anybody ever see
Twitch moderators?
I'm not gonna go anywhere. Did anybody ever see? What was the name of the movie with Cameron Diaz, Selma Blair, and The Sweetest Thing?
No.
Oh, okay. You got to look it up. There's one song in there that's amazing.
It's
called the Penis Song.
Romantic comedies. I mean,
it's called the Penis Song. There's no way it's a romantic comedy.
No,
but I think that things are going to come a little bit faster now. But I think that they need to be staggered. So you're going to see dogfighting module, and then you're going to see planet side module, and then what's after that?
Persistent Universe.
Yeah, Persistent Universe. Yeah, that'd be lovely.
Well, you got to remember that there is that game called Squadron 42 that's going to be out long before.
Look, whether or not Squadron 42 comes out, before they actually start the beta for Persistent Universe, is really not that important because they're going to be paralleled anyway at the start. What's going to hopefully happen is that we will have Squadron 42 before Persistent Universe comes out. The problem is, with the current deadlines, timelines, and Chris Roberts at the helm, none of that is set in fucking stone.
No.
I mean, I agree. Aaron is a much greater closer than Chris. But that still doesn't mean it'll be out before Persistent Universe.
Right. Okay.
Aaron is the biggest addition to this team.
It's great.
Hell yeah.
It's great to have him.
He's the one that closed half of Chris's games. Half of Chris's games, Aaron came in and it's just like, no, this is it. This is the game. This is done. You shut the fuck up and go sit in your corner, Chris.
Trendane's trying to cut you off because we have speed round.
He's cutting me off because I talk too much.
In 5 minutes, we have to go through the rest of our questions. We're not done in 5 minutes. Just that we have 5 minutes before we start speed round.
So the next question is for actually it's for Batgirl, and it's from Kran Rastaban, and it's I'm rather late to Star Citizen. I've been thinking about picking up a package, probably the F7C. Should I wait for a ship sale? Assuming they're doing another one. Everything's alright, man. Go for it.
What I say about ships is you never wait. You buy it as soon as you can because it's never going to stop with one. It's going to start with one, and then before you know it, your hangar is going to be filled with every ship that's actually on the site that you could pledge for.
It is true.
Anyway, you should always start with a freelancer. You always have to take a friend with you.
Yes. What? Freelancer is a great starter ship.
I'm not an addict. I just throw money at shit.
No, you're an addict.
No, I'm not.
You're denying it right now. It's not just a river in Egypt,
I don't have any cigarettes, so I'm not an addict anymore.
So, there another guy he's not in the audience right now, but Stoop, who was with us, I think the last episode we had, he sent me a message on YouTube recently, basically saying, "You bastard! Now I've gotten into Star Citizen and I'm addicted and I've got a ship and I'm gonna, God damn it!" And I'm like, "Yes,
welcome."
I could run a 2-hour video just reading the emails I get from people saying how bad I was trying to, like going over a ship review. It's like, I thought I was done, and then you did that Cutlass review. Oh my lord! Why did you ever show me the Avenger?
Yep.
I'm like, 'cause I love it.
So, next question. Oh, I misread that. Is okay. So it's from Malefic80. This question will go to Mr. Perfect. And that is, will you use the Oculus Rift or would you rather use a monitor?
Depends on what I'm doing. So if I'm in a dogfight, I think I'd prefer to use the Oculus Rift. But if I'm just wandering around the galaxy, I'm not keeping that damn thing on my head.
Do you think anyone is ever going to be able to drink and play with an Oculus Rift on their head without throwing up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I can do it without throwing up. That's fine, but actually fucking trying to get my can up to my mouth as the Oculus Rift is on my it just no, that doesn't fucking work.
No,
But
they'll make a band for it that has the
That
two
would
beer
be
cans
great.
on the side.
Yeah.
It goes-
You
That
just
would
tip
be
your head
great.
any direction and still drink.
Yeah.
But
Zimley's
no,
asking Batgirl, what's your YouTube? We'll go over everybody's YouTube at the end, Zimley. Hang in there.
Brains.
My personal opinion, get the Track IR, get good fucking monitors, be happy. I'm not gonna fuck around with I'm not gonna fuck around with an Oculus Rift because I've had the thing on my head. It doesn't make me nauseous or anything like that. I'm not a fucking weakling, but it just makes my head sweat so fucking much that I feel like I need a shower every 10 goddamn minutes.
Here's what you do: you get a 3-monitor, or if you
That's
really
what I
want a 4-monitor setup with small bezels, you get Track IR, and you get 3D monitors and then 3D glasses, and you have your thing. You shut all the lights in your room off, and you close the door so the room is completely dark, and you have your glowing X52 Pro, and you have fun.
You got to have some speaker on the floor that vibrates the floor with a hum of your ship.
I do. My subwoofer does vibrate my floor.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, for the people talking about 8K monitors, get the fuck out of the room because that'll never be a viable fucking consumer product.
Really? And there'll never be more than 64K needed on a computer?
Never.
The reason why is because the actual minimal size for it is 72 inch, and you want to use that as a monitor?
72
This far away from your
inches?
face.
Yeah,
Jesus.
it's not not workable.
8K
More lube,
Ultra.
honey. A little more lube, it'll be fine. I promise.
You're talking, no, that's
A
like
tiny
Japanese
bit. Wait, I
tentacle
might have
porn
some
there.
in here. Let me check. No,
It's
not
right
bad.
up there.
There's not enough lube for 72 inches.
That's Japanese tentacle porn. Mm-hmm.
I
All
have
right.
so many friends. Anyway, so the next question is for Mr. Domo.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yes. Do you foresee orgs being much smaller than anticipated? Gaming community, this is from Stimpy's, by the way.
Okay.
Gaming communities are much smaller than they used to be. With limitations of ships per instance, why do you need a large organization? Could they... Oh, you are so cheating, putting multiple questions to...
Yeah, really. Let me write these down.
Could easily have a group of 5 ships, jumping instances, and nuking squads, and the rest of your org can't help you. Haha, neener. Go.
Well, I think that right now the organizations, I think there's going to be more to it than just jumping through instances. I think the crafting thing you're going to be able to get done, you'll be able to sell things to your own organization. The bigger your organization, the more support you're going to have within the game itself, not just PvPing or flying or fighting or anything like that. You'll be able to support all that stuff. And as far as, yes, gaming communities are getting smaller. Back when I first started... What do you mean, no? What do you mean? Core's shaking his head.
Have you seen Imperium?
Imperium's large, but that's because they've got a fantastic
AIE
website.
and WoW.
What's that?
How about AIE and WoW? It's like 10,000 strong.
Well, yes. I mean, and then there's also
about-
the older
what-
gamers, which is like 55,000 members across.
Yes, I'm part of
60
them
games.
because I'm an older gamer.
It kind of seems like all the old communities, the established communities, are just getting bigger.
They're getting bigger,
And,
yes.
like the small communities that have always existed are still there, but they're just constantly changing and morphing into different communities, and that's fine. But the large institutions, the foundations, will always be there. And
Well, what I think it is, I mean, let
Yeah.
me finish my statement real quick. Is I think what's happening is the games are diluting all of the communities down, at least by themselves. There's a friend of mine, his name's Blue Plane. He comes on here quite often, and he sits in the chat and stuff like that, and I talk with him from time to time. He gets 2 to 3 games a week, okay, through Steam sales or whatever, and so he can't ever finish a game. Like, it's impossible for him to finish a game because he's always getting something new. He's got like this whole addiction to video games. And that's not just him. I know other people, the same kind of thing. They're always getting, like, Steam sales come out. They got 15 new games. So game communities are getting diluted that way because they are people are having to play different types of things. And so when a game becomes really popular in World of Warcraft, of course the communities are going to get big because now you've got a pool of people, 13 million people, you can get a good community going. But until a game... I think Star Citizen's going to do that. I think Star Citizen will probably create very, very large organizations because it is going to be an epic game. That's why we're all here, right? Okay, so go ahead.
Sure.
So now we are entering rapid fire.
Rapid fire, yeah, we got to.
So you will have no more than 30 seconds for each answer.
Okay.
So this next one
it's
goes.
Because we're vapid, you realize.
Yes, I am familiar with vapid.
Mm-hmm.
And the next question is for who the hell is next? Probably Core, yeah. Going off the outside of game communication, how do you think information running will work?
Unfortunately, I have no information on information running. I would love information on information running, but I think a lot of us are in the same boat about that because we don't actually know what information running entails.
Maybe be a way to speed up communications across the universe.
Many of Bothan have died. No.
Yeah, those damn Bothans. So
we voted for information runner to figure out what it was, and they still didn't tell us.
They still don't tell us what it is.
It'll be like a physical disc that you have to move because they can't let you know.
But I had to sign an NDA.
Yeah, see, there you go. All right, okay. So next question goes to, I believe it's Mr. Perfect now. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, whatever. Do you think that the freelancer is undervalued, given that it has the largest guns of any? I have no muscle, so I can't do that. Largest guns of any available on the ship in the hangar.
No, I think a lot of people value the freelancer very highly, and that's my answer to that question.
Okay, thank you very much for your answer to that question. From Yoko Rose, this question goes to Batgirl. What is your New Year's resolution? I hope Core's is vaginal. Vandal Queen vaginal. She doesn't have a vagina. She has a toothed ovipositor, and it's not a pretty sight.
That means we have to drink because every time we mention the Vandal Queen's vagina, it's a drink.
But she doesn't have a vagina. It's like a lamprey that's like 7 feet deep. It's just
that would be able to take the 72-inch.
All right, enough.
Okay.
It's not the size, it's the girth.
I know, and Core is a thick... Anyway.
There we go.
Core's a thick motherfucker.
Size matters, all right?
All right, so my... Okay, so my New Year's resolution is, in a world where everything in my house is Apple, I have to have a PC.
You do.
Or I'm never going to play this game.
No. You could build a Hackintosh.
I can't build shit. I'm broke.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Then that's the problem.
Yeah, that's the key. So I have to find a way, whether it's hooking down on Ponce de Leon or selling off one of my twins. I got to get a PC.
You could sell all that worthless Apple junk that you have.
There's no such thing as worthless Apple junk.
She works for Apple.
Your salaries.
Here we go.
Oh, God.
Okay? And that's about as much as Apple Legal will let me say. Okay?
So this next question is for...
Oh, me?
Yes,
okay.
You. Thank you. I'm glad you responded because you're just a static image to me, and I would have to wait until I saw it on the stream. It would be like a year before.
I'm pointing at myself. Yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah, I can't see it. From Boil Down, what's the best Star Citizen preparation
H
or warm-up game? Considering the dogfighting module is not yet. That's exactly what I was thinking. On the whole, considering the dogfighting module is now said to be delayed until March or April, not February like I thought, he requested a Stewie Griffith voice from Trendane.
Oh,
what?
You're supposed to read that whole thing as Stewie Griffin.
Well, why the hell is that at the end of the question?
Yeah, it should be Bod. Jeez, Bod.
Why is he referring to himself in the third person? Who is he?
Stage directions.
Just restart.
Stewie.
Start over as Stewie. Okay.
Oh God, I don't ever get to do Stewie, so I don't really know what he said. I have to.
He's British.
I have to prep it up, so it's like, oh God, it's like Orson Welles' autopsy. Okay, I've got it now.
You got it. Click.
What is the best Star Citizen preparation or warm-up game, considering that the dogfighting module is said to be delayed until March or April and not February like I thought?
Okay, if you want a space sim type of game, I don't know.
It'll
What do you
cost
guys-
you
I've been told today Evercron Mercenary is a good example, but I think that I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Okay, so
Plus,
as far
it's
for a
Elite
good
Dangerous.
a flight sim, I would go with War Thunder just because it's free and you get to fly around and blow stuff up, and it's kind of fun that way. It's not in space. If you want a space sim version of that, is what the hell's the same people make another game? What is it?
I don't know.
I don't know. If you want something that just looks absolutely beautiful, and you want to get that whole space feel, I think the Endless Space is pretty damn nice looking.
It's but
Thank
it's a
you.
4X game, but it's not a dogfighting game at all.
No, I know. Yeah, I was just saying for prettiness in space, like something gorgeous to look at as you're flying around.
If you want to spend the money, it's Elite Dangerous.
Elite
It's
Dangerous,
a
okay.
God
But that's-
awful amount of money.
Yeah, it's like-
200 euros.
Yeah.
No one's going to pay. Well, I'm not going to pay $200 just to play a fucking alpha where I can fly one ship.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Really?
I'm not-
So what did you spend so far on Star Citizen?
Oh, it was only like 4K.
But
That's fine.
Okay.
And that's
So
not
and the
my
other
shit.
game. What about the other one that nobody wants to talk about? X Rebirth.
Well,
I didn't buy that piece of shit.
I bought it, and it's not Rebirth; it's Afterbirth because it's a really bad game, and I'm really disappointed. I'm giving it time. I'm not going to throw it away. Of
Already
course,
get
it's
it
not-
out of my whole
Give it time.
body.
They'll fix it eventually.
Yeah, they'll
but
fix it
right
eventually.
now,
X is
No,
known
it's
for-
Eaglesoft. They always fix it, and it's always wonderful.
Okay,
Like 2 years
okay.
later.
right. That's what I'm waiting for.
Trendane is
Okay,
is
I'm cutting
vehemently
off.
telling
Go,
us our time
go,
is up.
Trendane. Go. Sorry.
It's okay. And then from Snippy, does Trendane have his PC yet? Yes, I actually answered that in the chat. And I noticed that Core hasn't had his cigarette yet.
He's
Congratulations.
doing well. Congratulations,
Very
Corey.
well
Yes.
done, sir.
He's
Good
eating
job.
a fuck ton of pretzels, but
I have quit smoking a few times myself. I know what you're going through.
I eat these, I'm fine.
And so for Core, wait.
Yes,
Is it-
Core.
Yeah,
That's
yes,
correct.
Core. From
30
Metallica for Life, who are your favorite game developers?
go. 30 seconds.
Gathering of Developers and the original Black Isle Studios.
Those were good. Oh
Okay.
God, good days.
God Games, just so Gathering of Developers, God Games, and Black Isle Studios.
All right, the next question is for
Batgirl.
For Batgirl. How many boxes of wine have you had before you passed? No, something with a duck on the front. Now, how much wine?
Is that really for
Oh,
Batgirl?
Well, they didn't address this here specifically.
Yeah, okay.
Why not? How much wine before Batgirl passes out? Polling starts now. Rocco guessed 3, so you already lost.
She's on 4.
Rico.
No, I'm only on 3. I
See,
know how to
obviously-
cut myself off.
You have the rosy cheeks right now.
Well, the rosy cheeks are because of something else going on with me. We'll leave that alone.
Okay.
Spinal glowing. So the last.
No, medical.
Oh, okay.
The last question will go to
Me?
probably the
How
other
about
three.
you? You
How
answer
about
one.
you, Trendane?
I answered the. Do I?
Oh,
have-
okay, that's fine. Go ahead, I'll do one.
Across the board, were you impressed with the dogfighting module's sneak peek?
Yes. I absolutely think it was great. I don't care that it was third person. I don't care about any of that bullshit that everyone flipped out over. I thought it was great. I didn't like the stream, but I liked what I saw. I think it's going to be a really cool game, and even as rough as it was, it's going to be fine. So
Excellent.
that's my short answer.
Okay, that's less than 30 seconds. So
There we
good
go.
on you, sir.
Thank you. Okay, everybody, let's go around the room. Perfect, tell us about your channel.
You guys can find me on Twitter at Perfekt Nerd. You can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/user/perfect underscore. Or no, is it underscore? No, I think it's just Perfekt Nerd. The thing is that I used to be Perfekt SC. I shut that channel down.
Oh, you
'cause I was
did?
like, fuck it. Yeah. I'm going to use my channel just for eventually gameplay videos. Right now I'm really busy, but also for all my music stuff. I am working on a couple new tracks right now. in the works. One is a remix for Midna's Lament from Twilight Princess, and the other one is an original song. Also, I have a Patreon page now, so go check me out on
Patreon. What's Patreon?
What's that?
Patreon is if you want to patronize me, so you can patronize my art. You can give a set amount of money every time I release a song. And the way I'm doing that is actually kind of interesting because if you do patronize me, you can get in on the creative process and we can make music together. So you can submit song ideas or put snippets in, or let me download some snippets that you make or things like that, and then we can make music together if you'd like to do that.
That's cool. It's a neat collaboration tool, huh?
Another way of explaining it is where something like Kickstarter is for a big burst of money up front. Mm-hmm. Something like Patreon is more of a sustained kind of support.
That's cool.
Mechanic. It's
So
it's
like
cool.
Trendane, you do your voiceovers or your like.
I'm in the process of building a Patreon page myself.
Oh, very good. Perfect. We'll talk about that later then. All right, Core.
Well, I've updated all my things over the last couple of months. I'm now Core of Existence everywhere.
And it's spelled just like it is down below. That's not an E at the end. Those are that's his rank. Those are 3 bars.
Right.
Yeah,
3 bars. So yeah, it's Core of Existence without the E. And I will be starting my my Twitch channel up this week actually, and I will be getting that back up and running daily. So that is something to look forward to. Anything that I currently can get my hands on.
Let's play Rust together.
Involve Rust, Daisy Standalone, Daisy Mod.
Why don't you come play Daisy with me? Perfect, you can come too. We'll do the whole thing again.
It'll be fun.
Yeah,
actually, I have some shit now.
That'd be fun.
So it should be okay.
Go ahead, Core. Good.
Yeah, we can do a lot of things. Other than that, nothing. Just trying to quit smoking. So, yeah,
great. Absolutely great.
I applaud you since my mom just died of cancer.
Oh my God, sorry to hear that.
It's not just. It's like 18 months ago, but
well,
you know,
still pretty close.
Yeah.
All right, Trendane, tell us about your stuff.
I'm trending everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere.
On
He
YouTube,
is.
Twitter,
I
Facebook.
checked him out.
Yep.
And if you want a really nice romantic comedy movie with a really cool song in it, you watch Meet the Feebles by Peter Jackson, and you got to watch this adorable little fox named Sebastian sing the Sodomy song. It's wonderful.
Sodomy?
Sodomy. You might think it very odd to me that I enjoy the sodomy. You might call an act of God on me. It's a wonderful. It is the feel good comedy of whatever decade that came out in.
That is so strange. You'd recommend such an odd movie.
I know. It's because Fox Filth is in the audience. So
I see. Fox
Trevor, I want that fudge packer eliminated. I love that movie so much. Anyway, so yeah, YouTube, Twitter, every freaking where it's Trendane. Exactly.
And Trendane is also doing the Galactic Guide read-throughs. So check out his.
I just did two more 2 nights ago.
Yeah. So if you guys want to hear some really great audio versions of the Galactic Guide, I think they're gonna put them all together at some point, Trendane, right? So put it in
so. They're all in one forum, thing. It's called
the Encyclopedia
Galactic
Galactica.
Guide. My Voice is My Art is the name of the thread on the forums.
Perfect. Awesome. And I am Geekdomo everywhere. So you guys know where to find me. Of course, this is my channel. If you're new to the show or you're just checking it out, please subscribe because you'll get notified when we go live and you won't miss it the next time. All right. And finally, our guest tonight, Mrs. Batgirl. Or Ms. Batgirl. Is she there?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. I was like maybe her mic was off again.
Phone was going off with my son.
No. Is he okay?
Sorry. We won't know until I call him back.
Okay, sorry about that.
I am Batgirl. I have a blog at theaddictedgamer.com. I've owned that for about 9 years now. And it's only been redone in the Star Citizen universe recently. I am Nikki65 on Twitch, and occasionally I will be streaming Kerbal Space Program out there,
nice.
Or Need for Speed on my PS4 because it's my guilty pleasure. My YouTube channel is Star Citizen AA, and that's where you can find things like my videos on Kerbal Space Program and all of the old Chris Roberts games and a whole bunch of stuff that's new to come this year. And of course, Star Citizen AA, which originally was the Admirals Club, but now is Addicts Anonymous.
Oh.
And that's all I got. Oh, and you can follow me on Twitch at Star Citizen AA.
Perfect.
Not Twitch. Did I say Twitch? I
You
meant
said
Twitter.
Yeah, I do it all the time too.
I'm
I
on
typed
Twitter.
in.
You know, this stuff really does mess your brain up.
Messes up a little.
Nobody should drink. This is what
Never.
happens with your brain when you
Smoke
drink.
weed.
No,
Yes,
every
I
day?
will just.
You
You
don't
guys
want
can
to see
smoke
me.
weed. I will drink your booze. There we go.
Okay. there
You
you
don't
go.
want to see me when I smoke weed. No, but at Star Citizen AA on Twitter. I'm sorry, I was looking at Perfekt Nerd and thinking how badly I want to beat the hell out. No, just kidding.
Oh, we were going for a different verb than I was.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
Trendane, I figured, yeah.
No, I was just still trying to play. I think that everything was cool.
All right, we're all good.
Okay. So am I
Well, it was a
allowed
pleasure
back?
having you tonight. Thanks for coming.
Am I allowed back?
Is she allowed back?
Maybe.
All right. We'll leave that as a maybe.
If-
we will discuss in
if-
this tribunal.
If the
No.
check clears.
If the check
How
clears,
much
yeah.
money do you need again? I forgot. Was it supposed
It
to be in
was,
a brown paper bag and unmarked bills? Or
No,
was
it was the Admiral's package you were supposed to donate to me.
Admiral's package, or
Yeah.
was it the Completionists? I
It
can't
was-
remember.
It was a slightly greasy brown paper
Brown
bag
paper
that looks
bag.
like you've just had like fish and chips in it for a little while.
Or
But
Reuben.
or
Hey,
what?
where's my fish and chips?
Yo!
Oh, good.
All right.
Sorry.
Well, anyway, yeah, you'll definitely be coming back. So we'll maybe see you next week. We'll see.
Yeah, whenever you want.
We'll if you come back, or when you come back, you have to
So
bring
bring
somebody
Sam
with you,
back
like
with me?
Ben. Ben has to come back because he's just dodging me left and right.
How
This
about
guy.
I just bring my interview with me since
Yeah,
they
there you
won't
go.
talk
We'll
to
play
you.
that.
No,
We all just-
they'll
we
talk
just
to
put
you.
the
You know
show on
they will
autopilot?
talk- No, they will talk to you. You're just making too much of this. They love you.
Platonic.
Actually,
No, we're just messing around.
Platonic.
Actually, they sent all the stuff to Beacon 147. They sent nothing to us, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm telling you, they don't even know who we are.
Who are we?
I don't know.
that's
but
'cause
Ben,
they
ben has
get
a
on-
beard
They get on
bod.
our show and they're like, "What? These guys aren't talking about Star Citizen." They're
Joe,
just
Joe,
fucking
I think-
around for 2 hours.
Joe, I think we still have the same issue that there is already a StarCast for StarCraft.
That's
Yeah, we need
StarCraft.
to-
Completely different game. There are no Zergs
Really
in Star
need
Citizen.
a new show name because you can't be
No.
going against that.
No. There's also a StarCast where they sing in the Philippines or something. It's like a singing show.
Can
Yes.
we just call
There's also
ourselves?
StarCast.
We'll just call ourselves Vandulgina and everyone.
Yes, the Van Vagina.
Wait, no. I've been part of that vagina monologue once, and it's not fun.
I have.
That's where we need to play the song "My Vagina Is 8 Miles Wide." Look it up on YouTube; it's hysterical.
Okay, that scares me.
Yeah.
All right, in that note, and that bombshell, it is time to end. So, thanks everybody for coming. Thank you for being our guests tonight. Thanks for having us in your home and listening to us rattle on for 2 vapid hours of vapid discussion with no
Vapidity.
redeeming quality at all in its vapidity. I'm just going to
And
use
be-
that verb as much as I can.
And be careless.
And because. And we'll see you next week. Until then, see ya.
Bye.
Have a good night.